Travel is no longer what it used to be. So many people miss out on the true benefits of travel. In this capitalistic world where everything is a curated experience, travel has lost so much of its essence. So much of the power of travel comes from being able to face new experiences, a new world, a new way of thinking, and ultimately, it forces you to look inwards. That became so clear to me when I started looking at footage from my solo Iceland trip. It was footage that spoke to my soul. To be in a completely new place, away from everything you know, everyone who tells you who you are, only then you're able to figure out who you actually are. I was having a conversation with my best friend not that long ago, and we were talking about the idea of being a wanderer. That is something just fundamentally part of who I am, whether I like it or not. It's something that I've noticed as a pattern throughout my entire life. To be able to wander needs an element of kind of purposelessness, to explore freely, to not know what you're looking for, to not have a specific thing you're looking for. And doing that around people can be very difficult. Just thinking about them a little bit is enough. Wow, this is beautiful. Check this out. This is something that I just enjoy so much. Just allowing things to happen, allowing new things to happen. Don't get me wrong, I have an outline of where I need to get to and kind of a time that I should arrive at. This way I don't, sleep on the street and die of starvation. So there is a balance. To truly be able to just fully explore and just wander, I think solitude might be an essential ingredient. And it is difficult to do that, especially when there's a lot of people you care about and love in your life. It's hard to just be like, okay, I'm gonna go and I don't want anyone with me. I think people might take it personally, and I could see the disappointment and sadness because people see what I do and assume they want to do it because they see the highlights. Like I could spend 3 hours in this one location and they'll see a photo, maybe 3 hours in the next location and they'll see a video. So all these things, when they're put together, of course it's gonna seem very exciting and very desirable. But as long as there's someone in my presence, a part of my brain is always allocated to that area. They call it in Egypt, andagdam, you have blood. It means you have a sense of others. I like to think I have a slight sense of others and a little bit of compassion. And I can sense when someone's unentertained and want to do something. So when that happens, that state of flow, I don't think it can be reached. All right, I gotta keep going. Hopefully I catch that ferry. I looked on the maps. I went in the wrong way, but I just kept walking in because look at this place. People are swimming over there. Look at that. These people are crazy. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love people. I love people. I love my friends. I love family. I love being around people. But when I feel like my solitude quota is being compromised, I can't help but to start feeling resentment. It's usually starting in a subconscious form. I end up feeling bad about feeling resentful because all they want to do is just spend some time with me and hang out. I love their company, but my solitude has become a need, unfortunately. I just catch myself being on some sort of exploration every time I'm left to my own devices. I have no idea where I'm going right now. I don't know what this means, but probably not safe. Roswald. Being able to just kind of walk with no thinking of someone else, I think that's just so underrated when traveling. Photography for me is kind of a side effect rather than the main purpose. For me, I think I'm a explorer, a Voyager first, and photographer second. Maybe artist, Voyager. Actually, Voyager, artist, photographer. I'm gonna take some photos, because look at this. Like, I can't plan this. I mean, I know it doesn't look that amazing, but I love it. I love this vibe. I love this feeling. And I love capturing memories and moments that I can look back and be almost teleported back to this exact moment. Everybody loves the sunshine. Come on, come on, come on. And the sunshine. So I like sunshine. A lot of people miss out on so many of the benefits of traveling alone. Especially if you're creating something, there's so much room to allow yourself for inspiration when you're traveling alone. There's so much room to understand yourself and get to know yourself so much more when you're traveling alone. Probably one of my favorite things to do in life, I think. It has guided me to change so much of how my life, my work, everything. And I honestly am kind of discovering and relearning the benefits of solo traveling as I'm making this video and on this trip. I am the biggest idiot sandwich. I had like 10 minutes until I needed to get to my bus. So I started limp, sprint walking so I could get there in time. I got on the wrong bus. And as soon as I got in, I looked at the other bus. I'm like, oh, I just got dropped off back. This is like that video game Hades when you die and you have to start over again. This is how it feels. Hopefully, I don't miss this last bus. If I miss that one, it's game over. It's all part of the solo adventure. Getting to live with these mistakes and try to make the most out of them. Look at that view. I didn't see that one on the first time I was here. So, silver lining. As I always like to say, there's a thin line between being positive and being delusional. I think I dance around that line quite often. And I thought this time was going to be one of those times where it's questionable. But right now, I think it's clear that it was definitely a good thing because I got to see these views. I think I have about 10 minutes left for the bus. So I think all in all, it worked out. And honestly, this is generally my way of trying to not be upset. I tell myself, oh, there's something that can be really good that came out of this, that there are no mistakes, and that this was supposed to happen because I will make something work out of that. That's the statement I tell myself ever so often when something kind of goes not according to plan. I try to be as wu-wei as possible. And I'm gonna go try to get that bus. If I miss that one, there is no fixing that one. I'm gonna freeze to death. First of all, that would never happen if I had someone with me. I'd be very worried about getting there on time, making sure I don't waste our entire lives because I wanted to take some photos. But because I was alone, I didn't have that concern. And then let's say that does happen. I would feel horrible, absolutely horrible if that happened, and then it would be all my fault. And then I wouldn't even have that chance to try to be extra delulu positive about it. Again, these are things that I think can only happen when you're traveling completely alone. Yeah, travel alone. If you're curious about how I actually travel and how I save money and how I went to Switzerland for $37, if you want to see more of my equipment and gear that I use to record and capture footage, check out this one.